Hey, welcome. This is your boy, your partner in prosperity, Tom Tarazu of the Refugee Millionaire Show. So, welcome. I haven't done this for the longest period ever. And I want to start off with purely with just gratitude and really grateful to be in this space. Grateful for all of those people that reached out to me and just to tell me that the post, the things I was just doing on Facebook made a difference in their life. And they were so looking forward to that. And when I came off, they were a little bit gutted. So I want to say thank you so very much. You don't even know what that means. It means so much. It means the whole wide world. But today I want to talk about one thing. There's one thing. Do you know how you can live the best, the most exhilarating life to have all of the riches and abundance that you want to ever have? Not only that, but you have so much impact in the world. Do you know how you can do that? It's not chasing money. It is not even your job. It is living your purpose. So stop chasing money and start to live your purpose. Now, if you don't know what your purpose is, please, there's a great verse in the Bible. And I grew up in a church. And so, my apologies, but not really sorry. But that's a great verse in the Bible. I think it's in Solomon, but not Solomon. But it says something along the lines of, if you lack wisdom, ask God. Like, if you lack wisdom, right? I think it said ask God, something like that. Definitely. So it's in James 1 verse 5. There you go. Boom. Thank you, Google. And so it says, if you lack wisdom, go and ask God. Whatever that means to you, if you don't know your purpose, then go and ask God. But just start to live it. I want to tell you a story about the alleyway cat, and then I'll get to it. And so this alleyway cat, had just come from success school. It was a young cat, like we all are, trying to go through life and we're hustling. And this cat had just returned from success school. And so it was in an alleyway, just going around, chasing it still, as we do, right? As some people do. When we were a bit younger, we were chasing our tail. I was chasing my tail, like chasing everything. And in fact, that's the reason I want to talk to you about stop chasing money. So the cat was chasing it still. And there was this big cat that has been around, the globe, seen it all, done it all, have the t-shirt and the coat suit. And so the cat, it sat up there watching this little cat just come from success school. And this cat said, what's going on there? And the small cat said, well, I just graduated, came from success school. And one of the things they told us at success school is that success is in our tail. So the big cat said, that's true. That's absolutely true. I was told that many years ago. And so I'm trying to get success. So I figure, like, if I catch my tail, I'm going to be successful. And the big guy said, well, there's some truth to that. But from where I'm sitting right now, talking to you, hearing the sound of my voice, this is what I know. All I do is just live my life on purpose. And when I do that, I come to realize that my tail will follow me. All right? So this guy's been around for ages. Like, listen, think about trying to chase your tail. So I just live purposely, wake up every morning, live purposely. And when I do that, my tail follow me. And so it's about time we stop chasing, the money, the fame, all of those things, right? Our job is just to live on purpose. That's a quote. I think it was written by Pantagelli, I don't know, in 2000 BC or wherever it was. Before Christ, this guy wrote this a quote long time ago, or at least it was attributed to him. And it goes something along the lines, and it's talking about really living purposefully. It says, when you're inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts, right, they break the bounds. Your mind transcends limitations. Think about that. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in this new, great, and wonderful world. I could read that all day. I'm telling you. And that's the point I'm making. Because when you live on purpose, when you live purposefully, right? When you are inspired by this great purpose of yours, that it's kind of like an excitement that God is giving all of us, and we all have it. That's why I say, if you like it, go ask the dude, go ask God. And I'm like, God, listen, man, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Why am I here? Because once you find out, there is certain joy. There is no fear in doing what it is that you're supposed to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? There's this exhilaration. There's this optimism there. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're going to put in the work, but you just love it. And I didn't realize that. And I was chasing my tail for a long time. For a fucking very long time. And then I started to write down my goals, what it is that I really wanted to do. And as I was writing down my goals, one of the things I wanted to say, I said, okay, so why am I here? What the heck? Why did God put me on the face of this earth? What is it that I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to just wake up, go to work, get paid, pay bills, come back, and then that's it? Or am I supposed to do more? And the more I asked myself that question, the more I prayed and meditated, and I realized my job was just really to inspire people to a better version of themselves. For me to be a catalyst that God can use. So when I put in my post, somebody can be inspired. Or when I say this on the video, somebody will wake up and say, you know what? If Tom Zulu can do it, this guy who's old, gray, if he can do it without quirky accent, then surely I can do it. Then surely I can do it. I am blown away by, I'm so blessed that I cannot keep it in anymore. Do you know why? Because when I'm coaching people, some days people will ask me a question, that will put me on the spot. And I will sit there and I will meditate in that second and just like, thank you, God. And the answer will come. And it seems like the perfect answer for that person at that time. That's when you're living on purpose. I kid you not. So there's about 5 things that happen when you're living on purpose, according to that quote by Pantagelli, right? He said, when you're inspired, some extraordinary project, right? All of your thoughts though, not just some of them, all of them, they will break wherever bounds they're in, like wherever chain they're in, that chain will be broken into a smattering. It will just break all of them. Your mind will transcend whatever limitation. And I was talking earlier on about limitation to somebody and some of our limiting belief, right? Your consciousness will expand in every direction, like left, right, forwards, backward, upwards, downwards, in just, 5th dimension. It will just expand in every direction. And then here's what's going to happen. When all of those things take place, right? You're going to find yourself in this new and great and wonderful world. That's what happens. That is so what happens when you're living purposefully. And for me this year, I was doing a theme and I figured I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. Oh, thank God. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day and I was telling them this life, this year, right? This year is a year of being able to create, because God giving us the power, right, to be able to create the life that we're supposed to live. We ain't supposed to be suffering. I kid you not. Let nobody tell you that. God is love and God's rich. And if you are of God, and I don't know anybody who isn't, I'm not churchy stuff, but I just know you aren't supposed to be poor. You're only poor by your limitations and by the thoughts that you have. And so when you have those thoughts, you put yourself in a bracket. I know that because I experienced it, because I lived that life long time ago. So live purposefully. I could stay here on this video all day. I promise you I could do that. My mind just flooding with thoughts and ideas. And maybe I'll do a live. I'll do a continuation of this video. So do me a favor, because I noticed the time is about 10 minutes past. It's about 10 minutes. And I really wanted this video to be very short. All right. 5 things that's going to happen when you live on purpose. The first thing is your thoughts. Whatever thoughts that you have, they will break wherever bounds that you're being chained, that bound of poverty, that bound of oppression, that bound of suffering. It will break all of them when you live it on purpose. Your mind will transcend whatever limitations you put on yourself, because God is not limited. That's why whatever way your belief of God is never limited. You know that God is omnipotent, omnipresent, all of those things, right? Apparently, there are 3 characteristics of God. But God is never limited. So if you are of God, then you can't be limited. The limitations that we have are limitations we put on ourselves through our mind. Like, I can't do this thing. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this thing. Having a conversation with a lady this morning, and I was telling her, but you work in the travel industry. Why aren't you traveling? And guess what her first answer was? By the way, I told her I was going to mention it, just not her name. And she said, oh, I don't have any financial assistance. I'm like, bullshit. What does that have to do with anything? I mean, come on now. Come on now. Somebody say, man, I wish I was. God, I love you. I love what I do. You know? So the limitations are limitations put on by ourselves. It's not of God's doing. That whole bullshit, like I'm black, I'm short, my hair is this, my voice isn't that. Did I wear the right suit? That's why I'm doing this video. Like, I ain't changed. I was doing this video. I'm like, okay, this is how I am. I'm going to talk to you on it. All right? The 5 things. So I've given you 2. The first one is your thoughts will break the bound. Second one, your mind will transcend limitation. The third one, your consciousness will expand in every freaking direction you can imagine. Think about that for a minute. You know what consciousness is? It's awareness. Awareness is about being present. And then you're going to find yourself, right, in a brand new, great and wonderful world. You be living large, whatever that means to you. There is this bliss that will come over you. There is this joy in doing what it is that you're doing. You know, there's no amount of money can do that. I promise you that. There's nothing wrong with making money, actually. Jesus said somewhere in the Bible, and I like to say somewhere because I don't want you to start pinning me now. And that's okay. That's not my space, right? But I'll find it. But he said on one of those, according to the book, it said on his last days, on one of those last days, like Jesus was washing the disciple feet, according to the story. And somebody said, about, hold on, master. Listen, you are our boss. You like the master. You are like the son of God. What the heck you washing people's feet for? What is wrong with you, dude? Are you crazy? Are you insane? And Jesus says to them, you know, the greatest amongst you should be a servant, or is a servant. They didn't say the person that has the most amount of money. But listen to the word, though. The greatest amongst you is the person that served. So to the level that you're serving people, you'll be successful or great. Do you know? So we just have to serve purposefully. And if you do that, not just your world, not just you that's going to live in this new and great and wonderful world, but every generation of yours and all of the people around you will do exactly the same thing. That's the power you have when you live purposefully. So come on now. You can't be playing small. Stop chasing the dollar or the pound or the ruby or whatever it is, or ruble, or whatever it is. And let me say this to all of you that are going to watch this. Leave a comment, but here is the thing. I've been in your position. So they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You get me? You feeling me? So if I made a mistake, and I'm telling you the mistake I made, if you make that same mistake, then maybe you're insane more than I am. And I don't think you are. I think you're one of the smartest, cleverest, most intelligent being that God would have made. Because you made God. And God said, let me make man in my own image. So you just made in the image of God. And so you know. So live purposefully. Stop chasing the money and start living purposely. And when you do, the money will come. So much so that you will not even believe it. Listen, I'm going to wrap up. Okay. 5 simple things that will happen to you that will transform your whole life, the trajectory of your life and in your business and generation to come, if you live purposefully. Until then, this is Tom, your brother in prosperity, the refugee millionaire. Take care. See you on the inside of success.